Welcome to GShyt, the podcast, guys. I am Giovanni.
And I am Ryan Alexander, and today we have a longtime friend of mine, Detroit rapper, style enthusiast, coolpreneur, cool teacher, not school teacher, cool teacher, Prada Don Dada, Willie Mac Jr., man.
Glad to have you on the show, man.
Appreciate y'all having me
For sure, man. Before we get started, we want to hit you with a little bit of trivia. Normally we do rapid fire, and we still go do the rapid fire thing too, but we go test your knowledge on some of the Motown history, because you are an artist yourself, and then we also go hop into the rapid fire so that people can get to know you. So
let's do it. Let's do it.
See what we really know.
I'm gonna let G go first.
My field goal percentage looking like out here.
This is gonna be a fill in the blank. The founder of Motown Records is.
Oh, Barry Gordy.
All right. One for one. We don't gotta do this segment no more. All right.
What was the original name of Motown Records?
Shit, I don't know. I ain't gonna even pretend I know that.
It was Tamla, and then they merged, and then it was Gordy
Okay.
Records, and then they turned it into Motown
That
Records.
makes sense.
What was the original building that recorded Motown Records?
The original building? Wasn't it like a house?
You know this, bro. This is downtown.
The
I think
crib.
Warren.
Yeah, the crib right there. I know the crib's the Motown Museum now, right? Ain't that what we talking about?
Yeah, you know the name of it.
No.
I think it's still on the side. Ain't I feel like I saw it when I drove by.
Yeah, I think it's a museum.
It's a museum, not for sure. You know what I'm saying?
That one is Hitsville.
Hitsville.
Duh. Duh. I knew that, man. I knew that.
Who did they coin the first lady of Motown? This one was hard. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know who this one was. I threw it in there.
'Cause I'm for sure about to say Diana. You
That's
feel
who I
me?
thought it was too. It was
Yeah.
Claudette Robinson. She
Okay.
was one of the originals, so she was coined the first lady of Motown.
Okay. Down one for, what's that, 1 for 4? We here.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of knew that.
You knew what the
kind of
building
knew.
was. We gonna edit it so it look
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
knew what the building was. We gonna do
I
that.
know the building. Name, you know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, that one.
What is Motown's top-selling album to date? And I got 4. I'm gonna make this a multiple choice so it's easier for
All
you.
right, bet. Do that for me. Do that for me.
Is it 2 by Boyz II Men? Is it Can't Slow Down by Lionel Richie? Is it Thriller by Michael Jackson? Or is it What's Going On by Marvin Gaye?
It gotta be Thriller.
It gotta be Thriller,
gotta be
yeah.
Thriller.
It's
I was
Thriller.
gonna say Thriller too. I just wasn't sure if it was Motown
Yeah,
or not. But I'm
it was
like,
Thriller.
gotta be
It is. What was the last year the Pistons won the championship?
What was that? 0304?
0304.
304.
Yeah.
Who they beat?
Oh, shit. The Lakers.
Yeah,
they beat the
Lakers.
I was about to
All right, cool. We're going to go into some rapid fire. We use this so that people can just kind of get to know simple things about you real quick before we dive into the deeper questions. This is just first thing that comes to mind. Not too complicated. Pretty simple. I'm going to start it off. Favorite food?
Pasta.
Favorite vacation?
Like place?
Sure. We said
Anywhere
rapid
with a beach,
fire.
For real, my bad.
No.
Anywhere with a beach.
Beach.
Favorite color?
Green.
Music or movies?
Music.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah, music.
I thought about it. Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network?
Cartoon Network.
First thing you notice when you look at someone?
They outfit. Outfit for sure.
That's the second time somebody said that.
Bruh.
And the first time he was mad self-conscious, and now I'm kind of self-conscious. Like,
Bruh,
short's
you
real
gotta check
short,
her
man. I
shit,
ain't gonna
bro.
lie. But favorite music artist?
Jigga.
Paris or Tokyo?
I mean, I ain't been in it either.
Which one you going
But
to?
if I had to choose, shit, I'm gonna say Tokyo because it seemed more fun. But if I'm on some fly shit, Paris.
Niggas in Paris.
Would you rather have a yacht or a jet?
Yeah.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I don't put them past possible.
I'm gonna use that. Is it my turn or your turn? Okay,
It's your turn.
My turn. Favorite season?
Fall.
Club or lounge?
Lounge.
Would you rather speak every language or have the ability to talk to aminals?
Every language.
Every language, okay. That's our rapid fire. Y'all get to know Willie a little bit more. As Ryan mentioned, a man of many talents, so we're going to start to dive into it and start kind of at the beginning for everything. So talk to us about music, I guess. Where did the love of music really start out?
I would say the love of it, I couldn't pinpoint, you know what I'm saying? Because it kind of just was always around me. driving to school every morning, parents playing R&B, me searching for shit on LimeWire when that became a thing, you know what I'm saying? But me like getting into music happened later for sure, like 22, 23, and that's when I really fell in love with making it, you feel me?
Who's your favorite artist?
I mean, Jigga, for sure.
I told him before I was like, I know his favorite artist, Jay-Z. You know?
Jigga and early Ye, them my top two.
That's why the Paris over Tokyo then.
That might be why. Let's start with the first album that you ever wrote. What was the process like for that one, and it being like your first baby ever?
It was crazy because I had just like lost my scholarship. I was hooping. I lost my scholarship, low-key smoked my way out of school, you feel me? My brothers was out in LA at the time, and they told me, like, as you figure out what's next, come out there. And it kind of just happened organically, us having fun type shit, and it became the therapy that was like, it was my therapy in between finding out what was next in my life. And you know what I'm saying? Over time, it just became what's next. So when you ask the writing process, it was kind of just like over that period of me figuring out what's next, I was just writing about it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it was hard or easy, but it just, you know, happened. It took like probably 2 years to make that first one for real. So.
When did you start writing? When did the first one drop?
The first project dropped January 1st, 2017.
2017.
I dropped it New Year's Eve, but I started writing it in 2014.
Gotcha.
Like the end of like summer, because when I first started writing that summer I was talking about, I wrote 13 songs the first 7 days I started writing, and some of those songs was on that project.
Gotcha.
So that's why I say it took like 2 years.
2 years.
You know what I mean?
You on your fourth studio album. I know you had 5 projects technically, right?
Yeah,
but this one you're considering your 4th studio album. You have Stop and Smell the Roses, which is technically the first, which is the one that took you 2 years to write. Ink University, Back to Cool, dope ass album. Keep the Change, and then now we're on Ink University 2 or Ink University Back 2. Cool. What was the process like for each album? And I know you kind of started with the first one. Can you walk us through, like, I guess your progression in that journey?
Okay. Well, just to clear up, that one that took 2 was when I really became Willie. That was the one that took the 2 years.
Okay.
So Stop and Smell the Roses was from when I dropped that to Christmas Eve that same year, 2017. So it's still about a year. But I mean, during that process of that Stop and Smell the Roses, I had went back to school too. So
why'd you go back to school?
I was just living too free. You feel me?
It's not like a bad thing though.
It's not, but I was also realizing, like, getting into the industry, I need to be able to like control my freedom. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of like using that as a way to get myself back on some kind of schedule. Yeah. So as I like transitioned back out of school, I could just kind of keep that schedule but apply it to music. You know what I'm saying? But that the process of writing the 4 of those was really just after one finish, I don't try to write for a couple months. I just go back to chilling, living, you know, and as inspiration comes, I just use it to, you know, create.
You're not forcing it.
No, I can't force it. That, like, my brothers actually taught me kind of not to force it, because when I say I wrote them 13 songs, in that first 7 days, they like, I was trying to keep making shit, and they was like, no, stop. We about to just live, and you just got to LA for real. We're gonna live for a couple weeks, and you can go back to writing. And when I did that, I started writing more shit just as easy as them first 13. So ever since, I kind of just applied that to my projects. Like, once I finish one, I take a break, and then just let the inspiration come as it comes. You know what I mean?
From the second album to the first, what was like the main thing that you wanted to do differently? So the first album obviously was kind of, there's some growing pains with it. You're learning who you are. You maybe not even understand the music yet all the way. What did you learn most from that first album that you took into that second one?
That's a good question. I would probably say, like, during the first like couple albums, I was really trying to figure out my sound. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, in this era, this last 10 years for real, it's kind of been, you know, the same kind of vibes for real. And I didn't necessarily want to fall into that unless it was natural. You know what I'm saying? So.
You mean like music had the same vibes, or you thought you had the same vibes and you needed to change it up?
I thought the industry as a whole was kind of in the same pocket. You know, you got your outliers, but you know, most of it was in the same pocket. And I wanted to make sure if I was gonna, cause hoop was like, I thought that's what I was doing for my life. So when music presented itself, it was like, if I'm gonna do this, I gotta take it serious. You know what I'm saying? So. I'm sick. I'm kind of losing where I was going with this.
Nah, yeah. I mean, you started with Stop and Smell the Roses, then you moved into, you know, Ink University, back to cool, and it seemed like there was like a transition into like the theme of being like this cool artist. And I was just something else I was telling Gio. I was like, when you listen to him, he don't sound like no other Detroit artist. You know what I'm saying? He got his own vibe, and he's intentional about being, you know, this cool preneur, as I call it, and it's dope, that. Man. Like it's it really is a vibe. But what does the back to cool concept mean to you? And like, I mean, how did that evolve into an album title?
You use that university stuff in a lot of things, like on your website and everything too. Like, where's that come from?
It's kind of like, cause I feel like for one, with actual school, I went to school for 4 years, but I don't got a degree. You know what I'm saying?
School for 7, ain't got a degree.
You know what I'm saying?
I went to school and don't use my degree.
And then it's like, you know, a lot of niggas taught themselves. A lot of people call YouTube University. A lot of people learned out the streets. You know what I'm saying? So Ink University is kind of like, you know, someone who learns from life experience. You know what I'm saying? That's what I wanted to mean to people. Like, you can use your life experiences to kind of get your degree. You know what I mean? And my path is different than anybody else's to get what my degree would be. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, you don't have to pigeonhole yourself to what people have told you the way to be successful. You can figure it out, you know, your way. And that's kind of what Ink University means. Back to cool more so means be yourself for real. Like, I think the definition of cool is being yourself, whatever that is. You know what I'm saying? If you a nerd and you truly a nerd and you be that, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? It ain't cool to be a nerd and try to be a nigga who, you know, something else. So that's, you know, that's kind of what those mean, for sure.
With your third album, how do you think things changed from Ink University back to cool to Keep the Change? What was the difference in that album?
Keep the Change, back to cool, I would say, was when, like, okay, so let me Stop and Smell the Roses. A lot of people was telling me, like, that cool vibe, your shit, like, that's your shit, you know what I'm saying? So back to cool, I kind of wanted to experiment in that realm, you know what I'm saying? And so moving out of back to cool, I wanted to, because I also know I can kind of make bangers, you know what I'm saying? Like, On God, Scared to Shoot, Dance Willie.
Ooh,
like,
Dance Willie, I remember when that motherfucker came out, man. I was like, man, where my stereo at, dog?
So, like, I didn't really do that on Back to Cool, you know what I'm saying? So, Keep the Change, I wanted to get back into that freedom, and I wanted to collaborate with people more. That's why it's a lot of features on Keep the Change. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I was on. And I was kind of in a place where, like, Keep the Change kind of mean, like, you know, like I said on the intro, giving game, you can keep the change. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got extra left over, you can keep that type shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
you a cool ass nigga, bro.
Out of all those projects, which one is your favorite?
Usually it's the one I recently made, you know what I'm saying?
Recency bias, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so Back to Cool is it right now. But also I will always keep When I Really Became Willie up there because it introduced me to music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then like the first.
Yeah, so those two right now. I like all the motherfuckers.
I mean, we go get to like how the name came, and I don't want to get too far away from where we are because I think it's an interesting topic on how you became Willie Mac. But you know, talk to us a little bit about because you've been talking about going to school, leaving school, being on this journey of wanting to be a basketball player, falling into rap. How did your personal growth and your personal journey spill into each album?
That's what I try to do. I try to make, each album. Like my goal would be to drop an album a year until I die. You feel me? That'd be my goal. So if you look back on my life, you can get a piece from each year and what I was kind of going through, feeling that year. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like what I'm striving for. So that's, you know, when you ask that question, I put a little bit of all of me in every project. You know what I'm saying?
And it grows as you grow.
Yeah, type shit. So
With that being said, what do you like? What is your goal for when you write? Is it for you to be able to get some release out of it? Is it you to make art? Is it you to help somebody else out? Like, what's the reasoning behind that?
I want to make music to help other people. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be my main, you know, goal. But it's still a little bit of all that. Like I said, it's still my therapy when I'm going through shit. It's usually when I make the best shit. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, I might have a message that I'm trying to get off at the time. Or, you know, I might just be trying to get some tips, run a family business. I might have just learned some shit with them that I throw in the song. So it's kind of just me trying to give the game I got. You know what I'm saying? That's where Ink University come from. You know, I ain't saying I know it all and no shit like that, but I learned from my life, so maybe other people can too, type shit.
You know, people gonna be able to relate to it. I mean, in some way or shape. And you talk about, you know, the process being kind of therapeutic. You alluded to which one was your favorite album. It might be kind of the same question. Which one meant the most to you? Like, which album meant the most?
I don't think that's the same. The one that meant the most probably Stop and Smell the Roses. For real, because after when I really became Willie, I was still at a place of like uncertainty about rap. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know if I would make good music again because it was so new to me. I'm like, shit, it might have just been some shit I was on that summer type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Been a hobby.
But Stop and Smell the Roses, one that was something my grandma always told me. You know, because I used to tell her like, at like 6, like, Grandma, I'm gonna have 20 kids in the Lamborghini when I used to tell her that kind of shit. She used to always be like, stop and smell the roses or whatever, you feel me? So that was a message I wanted to give to other people because it meant a lot to me. It's kind of why I be chilling now. Like, I don't let too much shit get to me because it's like life go on, you know what I'm saying? Take the good with the bad, keep rolling type shit. So that one for sure mean the most because it had the most meaningful message, I think, as far as the concept of the album.
Ryan alludes to you as just this cool-ass artist with Detroit flavor, but at the same time, you don't sound like any other Detroit rapper. What's that process been like becoming, you know, this coolpreneur?
I think...
more like a finding yourself question. Like, how's that been? Like, finding yourself, who you really are, what you really like, and then showing everybody else that, you know?
Yeah, it's been... I mean, kind of it's been like me isolating myself, for real, because when I first started making music, it wasn't intentional, but I just couldn't listen to other people's music. Like, it'd be hard. Even my favorite artists, it'd take me a month before I played their new album and shit, because I was so busy trying to find my sound. And I think it's grown into like a mix of the new Detroit rap with like the Motown sound. You feel me? That's what I kind of, I think if I'm being 100% honest, I think I'm the artist from Detroit that can bridge the gap between the mainstream sound and Detroit sound and make people see how, you know, everybody already know how dope it is. They just scared to accept it. You feel me? And I feel like I could be one of the artists that push the city through to that next level type shit. So.
And I mean, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like I was just thinking about it too. I was like, because I mean, it's not as like your style is contradictory to every other artist in Detroit because it sounds different. It's just like the back to cool. It's you know what I'm saying? And you know, I think you kind of alluded to it. Is that what you want to bring to the game? Just being an individual?
Yeah, for sure. Really, just being yourself. I think. You know, and this ain't nothing new. I ain't the first artist to say this, but I think a lot of artists just scared to be themselves because of the pressures of the industry or the fans or what they think people might want to hear. But I think music is getting to a place where it's best to be yourself, especially if you're looking for longevity with social media and shit. People following you, they want to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I felt like getting into the game. I wanted to be my true self, and I want the industry, like when Kanye got in the game, people sing like you ain't gotta just be this gangster rapper type shit. I think, I'm another level of that type shit. Or, you know what I'm saying, where you can just truly be who you are. You can, if whatever your lifestyle is, you can make it, appealing to the people who it's gonna appeal to. You may not be a Drake who can appeal to the world, but shit, you can appeal. Even if I can only appeal to Detroit, I'm fine with that. You feel me? I would like to be a huge artist, but whoever my crowd is, that's who I'm looking for. Type shit.
Whoever rock with you, rock with you.
And that variety, it's gonna come back. Like you do have that sound that's in between mainstream and Detroit,
type
and like
shit.
I feel like we only got a few artists that have come out of Detroit. Everybody else still super hyper local to me.
Yeah.
I'm in Tampa, and people like, you heard of this new Detroit artist? I'm like, not really. You know what I mean?
Type shit.
But
it's for sure getting to a place where Detroit about to be in the spotlight. So all these artists, cause I think Detroit make the best street rap. You know what I'm saying? We make the best street rap. Whether you got Atlanta artists that make street rap, you got East Coast artists, West Coast artists. Ain't nobody making it like Detroit artists. You feel me? I think it's just so raw and so Detroit that it make the industry nervous. So they're scared to accept it. You know what I'm saying? But it's only gonna take time. And artists like Big Sean, me, niggas in the middle to help with the appeal of it. You know what I'm saying?
What are some of the artists that you listen to right now?
Right now, I'm always gonna listen to Dime when Dime drop. Shit, let me think. Whenever somebody asks me this, it's hard for me to think of this.
I listen to
names.
shit. Willie Mac, Willie Mac Jr.
That's mostly for sure.
Stop and smell.
I ain't gonna lie, but the Coles, the Kendricks, newer niggas. I'm trying to think. I got some niggas. I'm sick. I'm not thinking.
You don't listen like Lil Baby, The Baby,
Lil
Young
Baby,
Dolph, Dirk.
Not The Baby. I listen to Lil Baby, Lil Dirk. You feel me? No disrespect to The Baby. His style just a little
He ain't
too.
gonna hear this probably, so don't worry.
Yeah, but, I still like. He done made some shit I like, but he ain't one of my favorites. But I ain't gonna lie. I'm mainly stuck in like 2004 and back. So when it comes to new artists, it ain't like I'm a heavy listener, but they got songs that's in the rotation. You feel me? But I be stuck in the past too much, low key. I need to get out of that.
Me too. I don't listen to music until it come out on vinyl. Cause I got a vinyl player. Like that's how
that's cold though.
The newest thing I actually just bought. Shit, what was I buying? I actually just bought a Motown record, and then I bought Tribe Called Quest a little while ago. Those are the most recent ones I bought. But I don't listen to music. Like I still haven't heard Drake's new album. I just don't listen to shit when it come out. I'm stuck in that thing too. I still listen to Drought 3 before I listen to anything else, man. I love that album. We gonna talk about that later.
The newest shit I listen to, like, consistently is Victory Lap, honestly. Like, consistently. Cause I'm a album nigga. Like, I like to play shit top to bottom. So if I can't do that, I'm probably not gonna really listen to it.
What's your favorite album top to bottom then? Besides your own, obviously.
Favorite album top to bottom? Shit. Probably Late Registration.
Oh, it's not a J album?
It's either that or Reasonable Doubt.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But Late Registration is like, I like the music of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jay my favorite rapper. Kanye my favorite artist. I kind of look at it. You feel me? So.
Late Registration has some hits on it, man. Yeah. I think my favorite is Diamonds from that one.
Yeah.
I love Diamonds.
He got some We Major. Motherfucking
Late Registration.
Heard him say he got so much shit on there.
That's funny as hell. Like you go from, old school artists like Jay. You know what I'm saying? Then you like the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Shit like Dom and Nip. And I remember when Dom was blowing up. See, this I told you, like, you know what I'm saying? I used to pay attention to like your work and shit. When Dom was blowing up, like Twitter was big. Y'all was on Twitter talking about how big Dom was. Who has been some of your biggest influences in your music, your style?
Since I started writing, like making music, it's definitely been Cole and Nip for sure. Cause they was on the vibes that I'm trying to be on. You know what I'm saying? Like entrepreneur, teach like bring positivity to the music and do it in real life type shit. And I think they good examples of that. And like I started rapping in 2014. 2014 Forest Hill Drive, one of my favorite albums.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a front to back too, man.
Yeah, so, you know, that album is really what got me through writing when I really became Willie, for sure.
So, talked about your favorite artists, Jay-Z, Kanye, some of them being your influences. What is your biggest motivation as an artist?
If I'm being totally honest, I think this is my purpose for real. Like, I want, you know, my music to touch people. You know, I hope I continue to get better so it, you know, touches people, hopefully changes people and help them see that they can, like, find their purpose the same way, you know, I found mine, you know what I'm saying, through God, you know, through the hustle type shit. So that's kind of what I'm hoping my music can help people see they can do the same thing for real.
You talk about, you know, being able to move people. Who are the people that, you know, are there when you go into the studio? Who's your biggest supporters? And who are the people that move you, I guess?
I mean, it's always like, you know, my brothers will pull up, my closest friends for real. Kind of just going there. It depends on the night too. You know, it might be like party kickback vibes, or it might just be the homies, or it might just be me and my engineer Smurf for real. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I was just about to ask. You know, we've asked it before. Like, you know, usually artists have like a 40, or you know what I'm saying. You know, I know you executive produced your 4th album yourself, right? Or was it?
No. This Back to Cool that just dropped was executive produced. It was me and my guy Corey, Groovy Corey on Instagram. He put in a lot of work, helped me like with the sequencing of things, helping find beats and all that type deal. So yeah, but most times, like as far as, you know, up until this album, that was my first time really working with somebody else. It was really just me for real, figuring out what I liked and bouncing it off people close to me. Not necessarily nobody even in the industry.
That's
for
crazy.
real. You know, it's just really been, you know, I find a beat that give me a feeling right to it. Ask my niggas how they feel about it. You know what I'm saying? And go from there. My nigga Smurf is the only nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, I probably will make a lot more music with Corey that we just made Back to Cool with. I would like to, you feel me? But up until this point, you know, it's kind of just been a filling out process, trial and error,
Gotcha.
for real.
All the things that you've been able to accomplish, I mean, to be able to put out these different albums, and we're going to talk about some of the work that you do later, what are you most proud of professionally that you've been able to accomplish?
Shit. Honestly, every time somebody tell me they like my shit, that shit just make me feel good. You feel me? So that's probably, that's what I can say right now, especially regarding the music. I just be hyped when a motherfucker come tell me they like my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit be hype as hell.
You know, obviously GShyt is a platform, obviously, that we created for the community or whatever. I'm gonna give you my GShyt, bro, because you a dope artist, and I want you to continue doing it. It always come a time in our episodes when, like, you know, I feel like like just being a people person, want to encourage the person we are interviewing to keep doing what you're doing, because it's not that it's qualifications to be on our show, but like, you know, we choose people who we believe are going to be successful, and bro, you got something. So
I appreciate that,
yeah,
bro.
man, for sure.
For sure.
And whether you realize it or not, I think it's something that Ryan and I are starting to realize. Like, our guests motivate us more than anything. Like, we come through and we're like, damn, Willie's doing all this, and then last week we was like, yo, Jesse's doing all this, and then this dude, like, being around people who are hustling, having people in your circle, being able to talk to them, understand their process, being able to share it is the reason why we made this, because I feel like them hearing your story will help motivate them. So, you know, before we get to the end of it, like, thank you just for your honesty thus far and everything that you've been able to contribute to it.
Man.
What influenced the name Willie Mac Jr.? 'Cause I don't think we even talked about that yet.
My granddad, his name was Willie Magruder, if you remember. He had the big white van, used to pick me up from school.
Bro,
You ain't thought about that shit.
I never
like
put that
2
shit
years
together,
ago.
bro.
Nah, yeah, his name was Willie Magruder. We used to call him Willie Mac. He was the coolest nigga on the planet to me, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, bro.
He passed when I was hooping. Like when I say I smoked my way out of school, he passed during that hoop season.
Oh shit.
So when I lost that scholarship and started rapping, it just only made sense to like.
And it's all been dedicated.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what's up, bro.
For sure. Nigga forgot about that big ass.
Bro, that shit, as soon as you said, the big white van, it came
said,
back to me like a Scooby-Doo reel, nigga. I was like, yeah, bitch, I remember that big motherfucker,
running in the park cars and shit. When he got older, he got older. Like, my granddad, when he passed, he was like 96, you feel me? So when he was picking me up from Bates, he was still probably like 80, 81, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? The older he was getting, my nigga couldn't drive as well no more. He'll bump your shit on the way out that bitch for sure.
It's crazy.
As it pertains to Detroit, we're going to kind of move into some other stuff. Ryan has mentioned that you are also very involved here, and we've been able to see those things, most notably being a part of Detroit Startup and Everybody versus COVID for Detroit. Can you talk a little bit about those things and what they mean to you?
I mean, being in the city, it's been like, you know, because I got to travel a little bit young, so seeing other cities, you know, how they move and how they, you know, help each other up and, you know, all that stuff. When I got back here and was really here, it was like me and my family together knew we wanted to bring those type of vibes back.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So even with like Detroit Startup Week, that's through Street Cred, which is our like family-owned business. It's me, both my older brothers, my mom and dad, and that's just something we do once a year with the city of Detroit. Detroit Startup Week, we just host an event for them. But our family business is geared towards like helping other creatives, entrepreneurs just get their ideas off, build their brands. We own a building downtown, where we was gonna have it first. That was the first address I sent, but and we use that as like a space for people not only to throw events, whether it's a party, if they party promoters or whatever, but if they got a brand like a food brand or clothing brand, they can have a pop-up shop or have people come, you know, buy the food from the space. We just want that space to be a place where people in the community can grow their businesses and ideas together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So.
and I mean, you've been doing some important work in the city. It seems like. What are you trying to, you know, do for the city or give back to the city or do for your community?
What's your vision for it?
I mean, that's my goal is to use my talents to help other people. You know what I'm saying? That's something my mom always instilled in us. You know what I'm saying? And she's still working to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's really just about bringing resources back that the city hasn't had. You know what I'm saying? We was bankrupt for a lot of years of our life. We on our way up, but we still struggling on that way. So we just trying to be a group of people that, you know, try to fill some of the voids the city missing. You know
and circulating that black dollar, man. You know what I'm saying?
Fact. You know what I'm saying? The more we can do that, the more, you know, at least our communities can sustain and maintain.
For sure.
There was something I saw on your website, Willie Mac Airlines, and you have it broken down into history, ethics, culture, entrepreneurship. Why these 4 things and why are they so important to you?
So that's part of like when we talked about Inc. University earlier. I kind of with this project created a degree, and I'm still gonna do stuff with that. I kind of created a degree that I thought, you know, these 4 things. It was 4 emphases with like classes under those emphases.
I mean, like 101, 202, 207. I remember that.
So it's like I thought those 4 things are kind of like the main things we need to learn about ourselves to be able to, you know, grow our community type shit. And I still plan to like do lectures, you know, from each of those classes, like 1 minute, quick little type PSA vibes.
Yeah.
So that's just still more to come with that for sure. But yeah, that was just that. I just thought those 4 categories are important for, you know, our people to like focus on so that we can, like he say, circulate that black dollar and come up together as a community, because it's enough for everybody to eat, you know what I mean? It ain't got to just be one rich nigga giving back. We can all be paid. You
Yeah.
feel me?
I think the dopest thing about that is that they're all about the individual. You want every individual to understand their history, to be mindful of their ethics, to understand their culture, to go out and be an entrepeur by themselves. So it's like, you can do this shit. That's what I grabbed from it, which I thought was really dope.
And the thing about it too, the misconception of like entrepreneurship is people think that like how entrepreneurs promote becoming an entrepreneur, it kind of like ignores the fact that everybody can't do it. You know what I'm saying? You need supporters too. So if you don't feel like you're an entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying, you can help one get to their goal and still get paid with them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I do, like you say, I want people to focus on the individual that, they can learn to become a better person, but that don't mean you gotta necessarily be, motherfucking, Jay-Z.
That's the first name that came out.
Jay-Z. You can
trying to build Rockefeller right now. Hold on.
You can be Bleak, you can be Emery, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all, a community hustle, and everybody can't be the head of it. You feel me?
I think you mentioned it, having other people in your corner, you know what I'm saying? What other partnerships do you have? And like, I know you work with some of your homeboys and you guys try to do things collectively, or is that not the case?
No, that's a fact. It's Influence New Culture. Influence New Culture Records is the record label, but Influence New Culture Inc. is a collective of people from Detroit, me and the homies, and we all do different things. Like, some of us in fashion, some of us in sports, some of us in like accounting. You know what I'm saying? We all do something that is different from each other, and we started that collective to kind of just promote the same shit we've been talking about. You know what I'm saying? A group of young black men from Detroit trying to show other young black people a way out that ain't necessarily what they told us. Sports and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's other industries even within those you can eat off of, and we was just trying to, so it's like clothing brand. I got Cash, got MIA Vintage, it's LEF, Live Enormous Forever, and we got like my guy E in coaching, he be training kids, A&Rs. There's a lot of different just stuff people want to create their own lanes, and we trying to show people you ain't gotta just work for somebody, or you ain't gotta take an internship to get in the industry. You can just create your lane and hop in that motherfucker. So that's kind of what we've been on.
To bounce off of that, there was a line that you had on a song you had, Rap Money, where you said you ain't signing no label unless they come correct and with a lot of cash.
You feel
and I think
me?
that ties directly with what you was just talking about. Why is it so important to make sure that, you don't let another person take your money, another organization take your money?
Right, and and it's not that you gotta exclude yourself from, the world, but like that line, it's like, make sure if you working with people, you get what your value. You know what I'm saying? And they deserve, whatever they bring to the table, they deserve their payback from it.
Yeah.
But make sure that's not at the detriment of what you deserve.
Exactly.
Type shit. And that's what that line mean. Like, if I ever was to sign, just know they pay me good and I own my shit.
On some Deion Sanders shit. You look good, you feel good. This I kind of want you to talk about from, I think we kind of alluded to it before. It kind of sidebarring what we was just talking about. Throw up the sign. I know you know what I'm talking about.
INC.
There it is. That's y'all sign too. You want to come in? On the podcast?
You know what I'm saying? Influence New Culture. Getting back or get rolled over.
This my homeboy Gio. We at the end of it, so it's the last questions we about to ask. I mean, I think
Mount Rushmore first. Get both of them Mount Rushmores.
Yeah, both of the Mount
Let's do
Rushmores,
that.
whatever that shit mean to y'all.
So we like doing this with anybody who loves music. What is your Mount Rushmore of hip hop? Top 4 that you think are the most influential to you? And either of y'all can go first, whichever you want.
My top 4 most influential to me.
To you.
Okay. Jigga, Ye, Mace, and Nip. For sure. Or Cole, Nip or Cole.
You gotta choose one.
I gotta choose one. Come on, bro. You're gonna make me throw Mace out there. But
I mean, we could have Kim tell us.
Yeah.
I gotta properly introduce my nigga Kim. You know, growing up, close friend. I probably haven't seen y'all in like some years though, so I can't even say close no more. But you know,
forever though.
Yeah,
It's still gang. You
for
know
real.
how it go.
Already. And thank you for you know, joining us. But who is on your Mount Rushmore top 4?
My top 4, of course, Hov. Hov, of course. My man's Chains, 2 Chains.
I don't think we got 2 Chains.
2 Chains in there. Man, I'm with him too, because I really got 5. Because I'm going to have to say Thug for sure. Young Thug, definitely.
Interesting.
I love Future, man. Future my guy, but I love Rose too. It's tight between Future and Rose.
Damn, bro.
you gotta pick Ross. You got Atlanta niggas.
Hey, they be going though. They be going though.
Ain't
That
none
be
of y'all
the
said
thing.
Lil Wayne. I don't appreciate it.
Wayne was my dog. He just had a bad man. I love Wayne so
put Wayne in
much,
there,
man.
man.
But Wayne, he
Four
went
tough,
so
though,
left.
too.
Yeah, 4
Like,
tough.
If you would have gave me 7, you would have heard Payroll.
Payroll would have been up
You would have
there.
heard a lot of niggas in my 7.
Dang.
4 tough.
I don't know if y'all told us what the. I don't even want to throw it up. Throw it up again, bro. What that shit mean?
Influence new culture. you
Oh,
feel
okay.
me?
Yeah, we
Get
did
him
talk
back
about that.
Or get rolled over.
Little nigga.
Oh, God.
We ain't censoring none of this shit, by the way. I don't know. We don't give a fuck. Yeah. What would you say your goal is, Willie? Is it? I mean, we're just gonna throw out some other stuff like, you know, is it money, viewers, platinum albums? What's the goal ultimately for you?
I kind of touched on it earlier. It's really just, I hope, like, my music can get people through shit. Because making it got me through shit. You feel me? So I hope whatever you might be going through, good, bad, like, so damn good on the new project. I just wanted people to wake up, throw that shit on, and feel good.
Yeah.
It ain't necessarily got to be getting through some hard shit.
Yeah.
But I just want because Jay don't make just the deepest shit, but it got me through my day saying that fly shit a lot of the time.
For
You
real.
feel me? So I just wanted to make people feel good and to help them through whatever they going through. That'd be my, ultimate. It's not something I can really like calculate
Yeah.
or, but-
Quantify.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. But, that's what I'm hoping is happening. You know what I'm saying?
Kim, you here now, bro? I kind of got to put you on the spot.
I was gonna run through rapid fire, but go ahead.
Talk to us about you know, how you feel about Willie Mac music, man. I know you've been there since the beginning, right?
Definitely since the beginning. It was funny hearing them rap. Because
What you
even though
mean?
it was funny, because our whole life we hoop. That's all we knew was hoop. Like
Right.
You did say that.
we hoop, hoop, hoop. That's all we knew. That's all we knew. So it was like, I remember though, it was funny. I'm gonna just say it was funny hearing rap because I'll never forget. We used to go to our dog folk basement, and one time he made a song when he was at Bradley, and he played it for us. So I knew like, all right, he can rap, but I think Joe the one who really, like, being with Joe, because Joe loved rap. Like, Joe used to rap too in college. So it was like, I was thinking like, dude, swear he Joe. But then he was out in Cali, like he was going in Cali, and he sent to son, like, bro, listen to this. And it was like, you straight low key, bro. It was like, you ain't weak. Like, you ain't weak. Like, I'll let
sound
you know
different.
if you was weak. Like, yeah, you got a different sound. So it was like he definitely getting better. Like, you definitely hit a growth in this music. Like, I was just telling him that about what is that? Someone what's somebody sometimes. Like, I was telling him like no, you hear your growth in that for sure. Like, that song hard. Like, that probably ain't a lot of people's favorite song, but like, no, that's probably my favorite song on there.
That's
like,
funny.
I was just telling them that. That's Sis saying that same thing too, because I think I was talking to Sis about it, but you can definitely hit a growth in him for sure.
I was
he
just
getting better.
I was just telling him, like, I follow y'all on social media and shit. I see you playing this shit all the time, so I know you've been there since the beginning. But You know, I had to put you on the spot.
That's one thing I knew too. Like I knew my niggas would have hold me if my shit was weak. 'Cause like you said, when I was at Bradley hooping. This was like freshman year, and I was just fucking around making songs. I wasn't taking it serious. And I played that shit for niggas, and niggas was telling me, like, that shit sucked. You know what I'm saying? So when I came with some real songs, you feel me, and niggas wasn't saying it, I'm like, that shit gotta be straight, you feel me?
Yeah. Shut up now.
Cause we was definitely just laughing when he played that shit for Bradley, like, this nigga, man, like, you just want to go play and do something. Like, it was trash for sure, but
it was trash,
but you can tell, like you wanted to really do it, like, yeah, he can rhyme, but he wasn't talking about nothing for real. He just going, just put words together that rhyme for sure.
Hell no, man.
We're gonna look back on this interview one day. It's gonna be funny as fuck. This shit gonna be funny as fuck. So the purpose of GShyt was to give a platform to artists, entrepreneurs, business people, everything. And it's called GShyt because whenever you with your people, you'd be like, nah, but GShyt, and then you give them some real words.
Type shit.
What is some GShyt you would give to somebody who's in your shoes, but maybe like, 10 years younger, 15 years younger? Like, what do you want to instill in them?
Keep fucking going. I know that's simple, but niggas gonna steal your shit. Niggas gonna
Hate
say
on your
you
shit.
weak, hate on your shit, whatever the case may be. You gonna wanna quit. You gonna think you ain't got it sometimes. Keep fucking going, cause like every time a motherfucker tell me keep going, like your shit hard, keep going. That shit rejuvenate me, you feel me? It's been times where I was about to say, after keep the change for real, I was like, if keep the change don't blow up, I quit. Like I was
That's
on
crazy,
that. Like I'm
bro.
not putting no more money into this shit, nothing.
That's
like,
crazy,
I'm
bro.
It ain't
done.
cheap.
You feel me? But a motherfucker came around like, hey, that keep the change hard, keep going.
Yeah,
You feel me? So that's all I got for niggas. Don't stop, bro.
consistency, right?
Yeah, don't stop.
You got any GShyt you would give to people? I mean, any advice in particular at all?
I'll just be yourself for real. That's just the thing to me. Keep it real, be yourself. Create your own lane and stay in it. Create your own lane and stay in it. You will be good. That's what it just falling back on what they said.
Respect you for it. My bad.
No, you good. But it's just like you was saying though, like ain't nobody gonna be in your way. Even if somebody getting in your way, you ain't gonna really care because it's still your lane. You just gonna keep it pushing. Like all right, but you know it's gonna always be a bump. As long as if it ain't no bumps, then like my man Duke could say, if it's too easy, every time he say take it easy. If it's too easy, don't take it. And I'll be living by that because I'll be like, no, bro, that's too sweet. That's too sweet. Like, and it not all the time, but most of the time it is some bull behind it. So
that's real, man.
create your own lane and
man.
stay in it.
GShyt.
Socials.
Yeah, Willie, where can the people find you?
Willie Mac Jr. That's WILLIE.
We ain't gonna do you like that, bro. You ain't gotta spell your shit, bro.
It's
My niggas
player
all
how I
know
spell
who.
it. Though.
I
That's
gotta
part
let
of
you
the
do it.
ism,
Okay,
you
my
feel
fault,
me?
my
You know
fault.
what I'm saying? WILLIEMAC_JR. You feel
Ooh,
me?
yeah, okay.
You feel me?
That's
Just a
why
little
I do
ism on that.
And you on all platforms, right? So they can get your
Yeah.
shit everywhere. Apple Music,
everywhere you can find
Spotify,
the
Tidal.
music. Stream that shit. YouTube videos. We got more videos coming. We're gonna drop the playerism
Ooh,
videos.
that No
soon.
Limit Soldier was hard.
My nigga.
It was icy. Wait, cool. That bitch was cool.
Cool.
Yeah,
My
that shit
nigga.
was. That's it, man.
That's it.
GShyt the podcast, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll catch y'all next time.
Appreciate you.
See, nigga.